Hello there, everybody. So today I've got a nice solo double bunker base design, largely influenced by Lucky Llama's solo bunker base. This is cheap, hard to raid unless you're a Zerg, and about as effective as you can get while still being cost effective. You know, I don't like having to farm for hours and hours and hours on upkeep. I've had big bases. It's fun, but it's just a drag, you know. So what you want to do, you can build these on plenty of different rock formations, but these are my favorite. These flat square rocks that you find out mainly on the beaches, but they can be found anywhere. And you need this nice flat tall section to build up to. Once you've found that, you take a square foundation, build it as tall as it will go off the floor. And what you want to do is make sure that the back corner there, it goes in before the front corner. You want it to be angling out from the wall ever so slightly, like so. See this? And then make sure that if you place a triangle and another triangle, that this triangle is blue, because you're not going to be able to have a wall on that side there. So you want this triangle to seal up to the wall there. Important later. Once you know that it works, place that just so you can work off of it, and it is one wall and one roof. Make this HQM. Obviously, do this in your own time. What we want is one large box. You're wondering why I'm putting this down before the TC, and it's purely because it is easier and they're easy to craft. So just make sure you got one of these in your hotbar ready. And a TC code lock. TC goes in front of your large box, up against the wall like so. Lock on. Now, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to place a small box there because of this particular rock formation, but a lot of the time you can put a small box there and then two more here. It looks like I'm going to be able to put the two in. We'll check just to see. Yeah, you see this doesn't want to place, sadly. So we'll just have one and two small boxes in there. So we've got one, and then we seal that off with a wall. Now the wall should clip into this as much as possible. You don't want it to be such a giveaway. So this is your bunker. Now, should you need to access the bunker before the base is completed, you can put a triangle foundation here. Right, so, and then just build a roof triangle. The roof triangle will open your bunker. You can access every box, like so. Delete that, delete this, delete that, and we'll get onto building the bunker now. Now, it uses the same kind of pixel gap spacing out with triangles and squares that you've probably seen people do 1,000 times, and it does look complicated to begin with. I put it off for a long time, but it really is not a big deal at all once you've done it once or twice. Right, all we do is we take that and we place a square in front and a triangle coming off the side of it. That's your first step. Now from this triangle we build 9 going away from the base. Okay? So this is your first one. I'll make 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then a square on the same side as your original one over there. Okay? And we'll delete all of these, including the initial square that you built off of. Like so. Now using this one, we just, with squares, build all the way back to the base. And delete everything apart from the last one you put down. From this point, exactly the same thing again. So a triangle off the side, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Square on the end, deleting everything except the final piece that you've just put on, like so. From here, same again, build back to the base. You will, however, see that this final square is red and will not place. Now do not worry, it means you've done it right. What we do, instead of placing a square there, we place a triangle and delete everything except that triangle, the last piece you put down. So this is where we're at now. Now the very final step of this is you're going to place a triangle off that triangle, making a diamond shape, and then another one off the side of that, making sure that this is on the same side as the rock formation that you built up against. Finally, adding a square on the end of that. So this is the shape you've got, this diamond, and then built off to the side of the rock with a square on the end. Again, delete everything apart from the very first piece, or the last piece that you put down here. From here, one more square, and then hopefully, if we measured it out right, that triangle will place. Hence why we checked beforehand whether or not it would place. Delete and delete. Now this is the only part you need to keep. From here, you'll see now that again, a roof triangle will open the bunker. Okay. Next step, build the starter around this. Okay, and what I like to do is a dropped triangle foundations all the way around to the corner of the bunker. You will not be able to place something here, but that's good. That's how we make the second bunker. Upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. So this is your starter shape. Walling it in, use a full wall, another full wall, and then a half wall, and bring those up to level. A door and another full wall. So it's walled in like so. And we'll get those upgraded. Like so. We'll put an armored door on there because it's building mode and we can, and hopefully at some point you will. And then take triangle ceilings and create a floor here, like so. A little space under there. Next step, make a half wall, hard side facing in like that, and then two more triangles. Triangle, triangle, and upgrade. One more half wall to finish with hard side facing towards you. Upgrade that, and this will be what we'll build the ceiling off of. So clip it, make sure you place it from this side. One triangle there, and then all the other pieces should just place like so. Right, your door's on, and now you can breathe. The hard bit is done. Okay. This section in here will be the inside of your stability bunker. What we do is we place a half wall, and then this half wall here, that's the same level as the floor. We turn that around and make sure the hard side's facing us, and upgrade. This section here can be deleted. Okay. Now, if we were to place a twig here and then a ceiling there, when you destroy this, it destroys both, and that's how your stability bunker works. So this is the shape of the starter. Now I'll show you how I like to arrange my things in here. We'll take two large boxes, and they can fit in this section here, like so. I usually like to put my tier 2 up against this wall, as close as you can to the right and as close as you can to the wall. Space is at a premium, like so. You see this corner's nearly touching. And then we take two small boxes. One goes just here and the other goes just here. So we have two small boxes, two large boxes. Next, we want two furnaces and a sleeping bag. First furnace goes just next to the workbench, like so. And then we place the bag. Now the bag can be a bit funny, but you see, it does fit. Last furnace goes just back here. There we go. So we've got two furnaces, workbench, two small boxes, two large boxes. This in itself is a nice little starter just there. And again, when you need to seal it, reminds me, we need to put a small box just in here, like so. This just helps us get up. Now from up here, you can place your half wall and your ceiling, like so. Again, if you need to access the TC, it still works. Now, for the top up here, again, same sort of deal. 2 large boxes, they both go into this section up here. And you do have a little bit of room to put small boxes in front if you feel the need to. I usually like to throw the raiders off. I'll get a tier 1 up here and 2 furnaces. This small box goes right up against the corner there. Your tier 1 should slot into the rocks and there's no collisions there. And then your 2 furnaces go on the outside of this triangle just here, like so. So now you've got 4 furnaces. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 small boxes, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 large boxes. 6 small boxes, 5 large boxes, 4 furnaces, a tier 1, a tier 2, a sleeping bag, and a bunkered TC, and a stability bunker. Just in this small area. And if you didn't see it before, the upkeep is for it to be fully sheet metal with an armored TC bunker, 400 metal, 16 high qual, and the 10 wood is literally just disappears as soon as this disappears. If that's not cheap, I don't know what is. Okay. Now, this is the shape you're dealing with on the outside. And obviously, there's people out there a lot more imaginative than me that can come up with better ways of expanding upon this shape, but I'm just going to show you how I do it. I like to put a square foundation here. Now this is technically the airlock. This should go down first. Put a single door there, a wall here, and then a half height wall. Never mind, that's not right. A triangle foundation with half height walls and a little shelf, like so. The reasoning for this will become clear later. You need some half height walls to bring it all up to the same level. Put your ceiling in, and then a double door on this section. There. Oh, there we go. Get yourself a door on that. And a door on this one. Both opening inwards to create small airlocks between the initial door itself. So now you have 2 doors to get in, which is always nice. Like so. That's weird. Now, again, eventually we'll want a turret there, but in the early stages of this build, 2 shotgun traps work very well. They work as an immediate deterrent for the single door and a secret deterrent for the double door. Okay, so this is the shape we have now. Next, if we're doing well, we want to expand some more. We stick a square foundation in this gap, like so. Use a half height wall to bring it to the same height, like so. And then a ceiling. Oh dear. And a ceiling to cover up that space there. Again, if you wanted, you could do whatever else with it. The reason I put a ceiling there is because I have a very simple way of getting to the 2nd floor, which is literally the L-shaped stairs, like so. Now, the L-shaped stairs are a little bit restrictive in that if you had this same shape on the other side of the building, these wouldn't work. There's no way to make them, you know, as nice and appealing like so. They don't match up properly. We wall this in, Like so. Okay. Yeah, a triangle roof there. And then here, what we want to do, if we can place a wall there, we want to. Sometimes you can't, and I'll show you what to do if you can't in a second. There's a wall, and a roof. 1, 2, 3. And then your double door goes there. So, now you have one door downstairs, one door upstairs. And it, like I say, you've got this whole area to work with up here, which is always nice to have. Okay. The top floor, we will finish in a moment. I'll show you how to finish off the bottom floor. Now, this base ends up looking like a half teepee, the way I do it. I've always had a bit of a soft spot for those bases. Okay, what we're going to do is place a triangle and a square and a triangle and then a square, like so. What you're going to want to do is half wall, half wall. If you're wondering why this is raised, it's not normally raised. The terrain is just not my friend today, and I've got too far in the build to move it. This will work though, it's no problem at all. Get another half wall there, and another half wall here, like so. We will have a full wall there eventually, like that. Okay, and now what I want you to do is build it as if it's a teepee. So roof triangle, normal roof, roof triangle, and normal roof. Like so. There. So now this is all laid up. Now, I hear you wondering, what's this gap about and how do we fix it? Because of the way we've done the bunker, a triangle foundation will not place here. It's not doable. Okay, the way we get around that is off the back of your TC, build a square, and then 2 triangles, and you'll see that the second triangle will cover that there. Okay. If we upgrade this, and then we can place our roof triangle onto that, creating the TP that I was talking about. So now this is all sealed up. Okay. Now this obviously looks a little bit conspicuous. What I normally do is turn it into a little role player staircase type deal. So I'll add these back, stone these up, a little extra protection for the TC foundation there. And now let's have a proper foundation. You can even have a little set of stairs if you want. Lovely set of stairs there. Okay, isn't that nice? We can go up here. And this is your roof access. Okay. Now that that door is no longer there, you'll notice that with this half-height wall and the door being on the bottom, like the bottom section there, this roof does not intersect with the door at all. It doesn't get in the way. So now this is what we've got. Lovely little teepee. I don't know why they're so nice. I like the way they look, but I do. Call me a role player. Okay, now we're going to do a similar thing up here. We're going to put a roof triangle there, and a normal roof here, and a wall here. Upgrade everything. And I usually just seal that section off there, so we've just got a normal room here. Put a double door frame in, along with another double door, which I do not have crafted, like so. Now this room, I will usually use for the battery. In there, you can fit a medium battery and a large box and a small box, which is nice. Okay, now we're nearly done. The only things I do from here is I'll put a window wall and another window wall and a, I mean, you could put a window wall there. It's quite nice. Let's do it. Window wall, window wall, window wall. Like so. Let's get some windows in those. 1, 2, and 3. Now, I like to, because I like to trade with other players, I'll put my shop front here, and I'll have my doors coming out here and here, like so. Let's get the shop front on, like that. And how many doors have we got left? 1 and 2. One, making sure that opens inwards. So again, it creates the airlock here. And this one opening outwards, like so. And you can always just check out if people are being weird. This window acts as a little bit of protection on your door to make sure people don't camp you too bad. And then what we'll do is we'll jump up on the roof and we'll add all our ceilings in. Ceiling, ceiling, and ceiling. Now, there's a couple of choices you can make here. Usually what I'll do, if I've got the BPs, it's all dependent on that, but I like to put a frame in here, like so, and a frame here, like so. And what I'll do is I'll put the triangle frame in there, and you see how that's also acting as an airlock for that door there. Okay, and then we'll just complete our roof. Oh, I forget about this. So triangle roofs don't want to place while this is here. Luckily it's one of the things that don't lose HP when you place them. There. These can be a little bit awkward at times, but there we go. Come on. There we go. There we go. And completed. Grade all these. And there we have it. Stick your back here. And again, this is handy just for if anybody is feeling spicy, door camping you. It's quite handy. Now, again, I hear you screaming in the comments. So, you've left a hole that goes behind your airlock. Now, there's a very sneaky little trick you can do again with the shotgun traps. Now, how are you going to place them? You're going to place them on the wall as low as you can and as far back as you can. You should be able to place them all the way back here like so. Do that with 2. Okay. Now you can see this wouldn't end up very well for anybody trying to climb up through here, and you cannot see them. You just can't see them. So I invite people to try and climb in through the roof. And like I say, it's a nice little way to circumvent people fucking with you too hard. It's also not entirely obvious when you look at it because the roof matches a little bit. So this is the base in its entirety. It's small, it's cheap. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could add shooting floors on top. You could, you could do all kinds of stuff with it. But this is the sort of vanilla version of it that I like. Like I was saying before, in here, if we craft ourselves a medium battery, a large box, and a small box, sometimes you got to take the doors off. And we'll place the large box up against there, the battery, making sure that the box side is facing you. Just here. And then a small box. I guess you can get 2 small boxes then. Like so. And then our door can go back on. Lovely little electricals room where you can access all the boxes still. Could be drop boxes as well, right next to the door. We have our section here where we drop down. And add another wall frame there, where you can start adding garage doors. In this section of the stairs, there's a few things I like to put here. Usually, I find the best thing is a repair bench, a couple of small boxes, and a large box. The repair bench will go right back against the wall there. Obviously, your small boxes can go in here. You can stick some underneath here. And then your large box just goes up against it like so. There's good use of that space there, and you can obviously still get to your repair bench and do everything there. Now, the thing I haven't showed you yet is this section. And what this is essentially is just making use of a honeycomb. Now, everything you put in here is obviously going to be first line of defense. If you do get raided, it'll, you know, if they get through this wall, then the stuff in this room is sort of gone. But I find it's just as solid as having normal honeycomb out, and the stuff you put in here isn't massively valuable. I usually have a bedroom here, mixing tables or a fireplace if you want to be a role player, a couple more furnaces. There's a lot of stuff you can put in this section here. Obviously, you can put all your rugs along this bit, make it feel really homey. Your turrets will go here. And then you've got this section still. A super strong core with one bunker. I'll show you the upkeep quickly on that. We've got 2,000 stone, 800 metal, 20 high qual. Now the 20 high qual is obviously fully armored TC room and the armored doors as well. That would be less if you didn't have armored doors or if you kept the outside sheet metal. I do find I'm always tempted when I build this to make the TC room sheet metal, and then when I finish the TP shape on the outside, to upgrade the outside to metal as well. And then the TC section blends in with the rest of the building. It's very hard to tell it apart. Obviously, it's a little bit weaker, but it's less targetable as well, which is a toss-up. It's completely up to you guys whether or not you want to do that. But anyway, I hope you like the build. I hope somebody has fun with it somewhere, as it has served me well. And I'll try and come up with something new.